Right, guys, today we're talking about the government and their tax. Now, this is not about me, this is about us all. And I'm going to mention to you a very important factor that's quite important to me, which is tax. Nobody should have a problem with paying tax. I don't. I'm happy to pay it. Now, sometimes it's hard to pay. Sometimes I struggle to pay it for the businesses that may or may not survive or do well. And I have always worked with the HMRC, His Majesty's Revenue and Customs, to try and make sure that we pay our lot. Of course, do I hate it being wasted? Yes. I hate it being wasted because I could waste it. Why should my money go to the HMRC for then the government to spend it and waste my money? And here it is. Let's have a look at what you guys and me have to pay on tax. Are you ready for this? Direct taxes directly to the government. Here we go. Income tax, that's on earnings. National insurance contributions, that's on earnings or for the things like the NHS. Capital gains tax, this is on profits if you sell assets like property or shares. Corporation tax, paid by my companies, by my profits. I have to pay up to 45%. Inheritance tax, this is the value on the estate when you die. And let me just stop you. If anyone's watching this and works for the government, you should be ashamed of yourself with this new farmer inheritance tax. What on earth are you guys doing by charging a tax to farmers? They're not rich. They own crap loads of assets to grow crap loads of crops or produce milk or produce products that we need. Why on earth are you doing something like that and having a destruction of property that's been in their family for generations, which they bought for £3 back in the 1800s. You guys in the government need to wise up about that. But moving on, inheritance tax, council tax. In Northern Ireland, this is known as rates, the rates office. We pay a bit differently from the English one, but the council tax is quite extraordinary. Stamp duty and land tax. Now, when you buy a property, there's a tax on it. Now, at the minute, myself as a landlord has to pay 8% tax now. This has stopped my desire to want to buy any more properties. So I'm going to invest it into companies and raise money that way. So any money I earn now, it's going to be new companies. In the next couple of months, you'll see me launching a new app, a new software app. I'm looking to employ people to start making some software games. So there you go. Instead of me buying a property, I'm buying apps. That's the end of the direct taxes. Then you got the indirect taxes. VAT, 20% of that. So if you buy this, there's 20% VAT on it. If you buy this pen, there's 20% VAT on it. If you buy tools, equipment, there's 20% VAT on it. If you buy fuel for your car, there's 20% tax on it. It's crazy. Excise, customs and excise. So excise duties like alcohol, tobacco, fuel, excise duties, and that's 20%. Air passenger duty, insurance premium tax, landfill tax, climate change levy. Yeah, we have to pay a tax because we burn oil. It's not fair, really. You know, someone say, for example, like yourself, Raheem, starting a business, you know, and you want to start a business and you're having to pay a tax for something that's just not been proven. Climate change, it's not been proven. You know, we don't know if it's just simply the ice age, but we're having to pay a tax on it. And then if you want to go and live in China, you don't have to pay a climate levy tax. The Paris Accord. You want to go to America now, Donald Trump stopped it. We're not paying tax. Did you know this? Yeah, so there you go. Sorry to interrupt you. Most of you guys aren't subscribed to my channel. So please like, subscribe, and please click on the alert button. So America, well done you, because I don't believe in it. Aggregates levy, that's actually on sand. I get a lot of that. There's a tax. So every time I buy stone, would you believe, stone from the rock, I have to pay a tax on it. So there's now taxes on duties or on different things like activities. Here we go. Betting duty, gaming duty, bingo duty, pool betting duty, and the lottery duty. I thought that was tax-free. Turns out you're paying tax on every ticket you buy, not on your winnings. It's crazy, isn't it? No, I think you get taxed on your winnings too. So what else do we have? Taxes related to property. Annual tax on enveloped dwellings. So basically, anyone that's a company that owns high value, high density properties, you have to pay an annual tax on that. And then you've got non-domestic rates, which is where you are an industrial factory and you have to pay per square foot of every place where you have a warehouse or a factory. Then you've now, well, we talked about the environmental taxes, which is the landfill tax, the climate change tax, and the aggregates levy. You got your vehicle excise duty, your tax. That's going up. Have you seen the price of friggin' our new green vehicles? This is it. This is the government. This is what they do with electric cars. Come on in. It's free. Buy all the electric cars. They're free. And we're going, oh, no tax, no road tax. We'll buy that. We'll take that. We'll take that because there's no tax. And then they close the bloody, the bolt doors. It's like a Trojan horse. They close the doors and you're stuck. And now you're paying £157 tax for a green vehicle every year. They stung us. They screwed us. I knew that would happen. I told this years ago. I said, oh, don't worry about that. That'll change. They'll get you in and they'll get all the cars electric and then they'll screw you. And that's what they've done. They want to raise an extra 40 billion, I think it is. Don't quote me on that number, but they said they want to raise a lot of money. Ah, yes, plastic packaging tax. So there's now a tax on recycled plastics. No, tell a lie. If it doesn't contain at least 30% of recycled. So there's a tax on that. There's also a sugar tax. And I put my money that sugar tax is supposed to go to the NHS, doesn't go anywhere near the NHS. It goes straight into the wasters to go off to places like, where did they send 14 billion to Ukraine? 14 billion? Would that not help our NHS? Why are we helping Ukraine when we were supposed to be helping ourselves? There's a bit of a controversial statement. I would prefer to look after the UK economy rather than look after that. 14 billion would make a lot of people happy on their waiting lists. What about that? Why are we paying for a war that's not ours? Let someone else fund that, i.e., I don't know, themselves, or be invaded. That's what we're paying taxes for, to protect ourselves, not protect Ukraine. There's another one. Where's it going to? There's another big tax that's happening at that. Oh yeah, there's a lot of money being wasted on immigrancy. Every single so-and-so is going up in hotels. And that's not fair when there's homeless people who have paid tax, not able to get a room. So there it is. Local taxes and charges. You got parking fees. You got congestion charges like your... I feel so sorry for you in London, the ULEZ. What the hell is that about? It's going to come to us. I know it's going to come to us. What happens in London happens to us 6 years later. Toll roads. Well, we're all sick of them. There we go. The less obvious taxes and charges. Now I have to read this because this is important. A 60% tax trap. The effective rate for those earning between 100,000 and 125,000 due to reduction of the personal allowance. Yes, this one. That's about doctors. That's why doctors don't get any more than 100 grand in their wages. That's why. And would you believe it? That's why MPs only pay themselves £90,000. So they're not on the 60% tax trap. Did you know that they earn 90 or more than the money they're earning? That's why they've dropped it below. You'll find that MPs will sit on 90 to 99,000. Reason why they'd ever moved it to 99,000 is because they knew they'd be screwed. Because someone will be saying, oh, that's because they take 60% tax. The minute you earn 100 grand, you are being taxed 60%. So you're down to 40 grand. However, if you earn 90,000, that's why doctors are on 90 grand. Consultants are on 90,000. Did you know this? And that's something I'm going to talk about. £90,000. Please bear with me on that one. Right, you got the other one, inflation. This is the decrease in purchasing power during the rising prices that could be considered as a hidden tax. Now, we talk about pay rises. Little Johnny, who works in the factory, got paid minimum wage £10.50 and moved it up to £11.44. Now, he thinks that he's got a 10% pay rise, but he hasn't. Because what's happened is little Johnny's went down and then he's gone into the bar and he's paid for X, Y, and Z. He's got 10% more. What happens is, who's going to pay for the extra drink? Who's going to pay the employed staff to take the pint? Are they going to be paid £10.34 or £10.50 an hour? No, they're not. They're going to be paid the same wage as little Jimmy. Little Jimmy's paying it and he's going, holy crap, I've just paid, I was paying a £5 for a pint. I don't know how much a pint is nowadays. Well, how much is a pint, you know? Just say a £5 and it's gone up to £6.70. Why has it gone up? Because the cost of everyone's wages is straight through the production chain. From picking the hops, to brewing the beer, to making the water, to fixing the machinery, they're all getting pay rises. And that goes in the price of little Jimmy's pint. It doesn't just stop with you. It goes to everywhere. And that's inflation. So if you put your money in the bank and your inflation rate is only, your inflation rate with the UK is, say for example, 4%, but the interest you're being paid by the bank is 3%. That means if you have £100 in the bank, your £100 is only going to be worth £99 next year. That's it. And it's to do with people getting wage rises. People think that they're getting paid. It's short. It's a short little thing that happens, but it only lasts for about a month before everyone's pay gets affected. Everyone gets the pay rises. Everything has to go up in price. Everything that when I done the pay rise in April last year, I had to put everything up by 10% to pay for it. And people going, oh, that's too expensive. Well, don't ask for a pay rise then. The country doesn't have to ask for a pay rise and the cost of living stays down. So there's a tax for you. You got the cost of compliance. There's another tax. We get fined all the time with little fines and that sort of stuff. That is tax. That is more money to the tax coffers. Anything is compliancy, fines, prosecutions, it's all tax. And then you got taxes of savings and investments. So anytime I earn a bit of interest, be it £1 on the Revolut account or £100 on my Barclays account, I have to pay tax on that. So there it is. There's all the tax. It's taken me a bloody long time to talk about this nonsense, right? Are you bored? Well, remember I talked to you guys about the £90,000 thing? Listen to this. Only yesterday or the day before yesterday, my government in Northern Ireland, who sit up on a hill called Stormont, have decided they want to give themselves a wage rise of 28% a year. And they want to bring it in line with the London MPs of £90,000 a year. There it is. Now, Stormont, and I ask every single person in Northern Ireland who are watching this programme, who here believes that they've even earned it? Education system is shit. The health system is shit. They decided to vote for GPSR and give European law regulations for Northern Ireland, which has affected even my jobs internally. One of my companies had to pay off 3 staff because it had to run in line with the GPSR hit that the Stormont people decided to vote in for another 4 years. So we are being ruled in Northern Ireland by both European Union and both the United Kingdom. And they want to reward themselves 28%. Now, I had to take a pay cut because of it, because my company is losing because of their vote. But they feel that they're worth more. Now, if you live in London, okay, the cost of living in London is more expensive, therefore it's 90 grand. It's a lot of money for a politician. However, they now believe in a place where there's a lower cost of living that they deserve to give themselves 90 grand, which makes them a wealthier politician than the London MPs. Did you know this? Because of the cost of living. It's disgusting. You guys disgust me in Northern Ireland. Politicians disgust me in Northern Ireland, sitting there on top of that hill, twiddling your fingers and talking shite about orange and green. Flags, bonfires, orange parades, Republican parades. What about education, health, business? Why don't you start spending some money, give the money back to businessmen? We're the ones that are paying it. I'm the one that's faced with the taxes. I'm the one that's paying the rates bills. I'm the one that's employing people. And you've had shit all to do with it other than absolutely reduce my time and make my efforts worse. As a government in the Stormont Assembly, as far as I'm concerned, you're a shower. You haven't a clue how to run a business. None of yous. None of yous. You think you do. You don't. You sit up on the hill and I've got more votes than you guys. If I, as a YouTuber, with my 4 million views, and now coming up to 15,000 subscribers, I've more subscribers than you guys have sitting up on that hill got votes. Not all of you, but it's coming. And I reckon I'll have 20,000 subscribers very soon who support me in what I say. And I say this, you guys need to wise up. You don't deserve the 28%. You need to calm the hell down. You don't deserve it. Earn some money. Earn your pay rise. The way I see it is I will pay money to someone who does well, and I will not allow or accept, and I have a big problem with you guys getting 28%. You guys get rich while we all work under your feet, and you do nothing for me. And I speak of my own party, my old party. I left it. I left the chat programs, I left it all. You're a shower too. The lot of you, you're fake and you don't deserve 28%. So there it is. There's my rant. I'm not happy about it. You guys need to stop this process at 28%. If anyone from Northern Ireland doesn't know this, time to get up in arms. You either phone your MLA and tell them, I voted for you. I will not vote for you if you take 28%. That's greed. 28%? I couldn't rise my products up 28%. I couldn't charge 28% more. I'd go bankrupt. How dare you? How dare you even suggest you deserve 28%? Why don't you go with everyone else? Hold on. Whoa. Aren't the teachers getting only 5%? Isn't it the education system have just only negotiated to all the catering assistants and all the kitchen staff, including cooks and chefs who work? They got only 3%. What's that about? 28% to £90,000. You should be disgraced. There it is, guys. And I speak now to my channel. Get out and start complaining. Anyone from Northern Ireland, start complaining. I would love to stand for politics, but there's only one of me. That's the problem with this society. There's only one of me. You're either green or orange, and I'm neither. I'm not a Protestant, I'm not a Catholic. I have no religion. I have both Catholic and Protestant family, and that's the way I love it. I'm a mix. I'm in between. But you guys taking sides and picking on people and using religious zealotry and absolute xenophobism, you know, and then you got the woke middle alliance. I mean, I've never seen such wokeism. So much that I was speaking to one of the activists in the party, and you know they said that the Alliance Party is a pro-gay party. The way I see it was when I was a young boy working in the Alliance Party, when I was going over to Downing Street and helping David Ford and Stephen Farry, and we were standing up with rights for everybody. It was human rights. We were about humanity and the equal rights of humans. However, not now. According to the Alliance Party, they're pro-gay, pro-woke, pro-trans, pro-everything, but not pro-white people. Did you know this? Because I tried to get I tried to get myself selected, and because I was a middle-aged white male, no. But anyway, there it is. I've had my friggin' shout. There it is. We were talking about tax. We were talking about tax, for crying out loud. But you don't deserve it. There you go. The end. Bye-bye. Like and subscribe. I don't really care if you do.